What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with our weekly what to buy on eBay video, and I've got an absolute ton of items to go through. Before I start, I need to say thank you to channel benefactor Eddie Fell 33 and new Patreon supporter and superfan Keith Swear. So thank you to Eddie and to Keith for joining up the Patreon ranks. I really appreciate the channel support from all my Patreons. And as always, for these what to buy videos, in the video description, there will be eBay affiliate links. If you use those to either make an offer or to bid early on an auction and then come back to it later on when the auction's ending to try and win it, it does help out the channel. And I appreciate those of you that use those links to help the channel out. I really appreciate that. So make sure you vet everything yourself. But I think pretty much all of these sellers are ones that I've bought from in the past personally or are pretty well known on eBay. And I've just got so much to go through, so it's going to be kind of rapid fire here. But just as always, I would appreciate if you guys use the affiliate links in the video description. So first of all, we got the Muffin Man. He's got an absolute boatload of items, both vintage stuff as well as TVC. And I'm just pulling up a few examples, but make sure to click on the seller's other items. You might, if you're in the US and you're looking, you might have to switch on the left-hand side to worldwide in order to see all of his inventory. But he's got a ton of stuff at auction. This is a UKG 95% Death, Lies, and Treachery TVC Boba Fett, the comic art edition. And then he also does have a UKG 95 for the vintage comic art version of Boba Fett. And then he also does have the vintage Kenner style UKG 95. So all of those are at auction. They all end Saturday afternoon, my time, 2:24 Eastern time. And then the Death, Lies, and Treachery ends at 2:21. So just go in and check it out on your own. But he's got a ton of stuff, and we'll come back to some of his vintage Kenner stuff in a little while. Some ungraded vintage Kenner items. I know not everybody's into graded stuff, so I did pull up a couple of heaters. The first is a Luke Stormtrooper with the correct blaster, it looks like, as well as the coin. So this is at auction. This one ends Saturday at 10:55 Eastern time. 100% complete, pretty good shape overall, probably about an 80 grade Luke, maybe 80 plus, with the correct black Imperial blaster. And then the same seller also has the R2-D2 pop-up saber. He's got it backwards here in this one, but you can see the front and the back. It's not perfect. It does have some yellowing to the sticker, but you know, it's very expensive to get high grade R2-D2 pop-up lightsabers. This one also includes the coin, just like the Luke, and probably about 75 plus or 80 grade condition, somewhere in that ballpark. The dome on it's really nice. It's just got yellowing to the sticker. That one's at $206.50 and also ends Saturday evening. So go check out those two. Next up, I do have a buy it now for another mail away baggie for Boba Fett, and it's in pretty much mint condition. This is the SWD baggie, I believe, for Boba Fett, and this is the original kind of earliest Boba Fett mail-away baggie. Right now, the list price on it is $517. I did receive an offer for $480. So it does have a make an offer option, but $480. If you don't see it, or if for some reason the make an offer option doesn't show up for you, it may not be there, but just make sure to message them and say, hey, Action Figure Grader mentioned that he got an offer for $480 for that bag. That's actually not a bad price, $480. I've seen them go in auction for about that. And this one is in pretty mint condition. It's a heat sealed baggie, SWD baggie, I believe, for Boba Fett. I'm really tempted to buy that because that's kind of a secondary want list item for me, is to get a Boba Fett baggie. I don't particularly care which one, but I'm gonna let you guys take a look at it, and then maybe this weekend I'll reach back out to him about that offer, because that's not a bad price. All right, swseller.com has some items at auction. I know he watches the channel, and he always has some beautiful items, and he's got a ton of vintage Kenner items that are at auction. They're all kind of AFA 80 grade, and I just wanted to point out a few items. He's got a Taiwan as well as a Hong Kong solid dome R2-D2 AFA 80. All of his items, I think, end Saturday evening. This one ends at 7:59 Eastern time. But that's a pretty nice looking R2-D2 Hong Kong. And he also does have a Taiwan. And then here's a Taiwan Princess Leia. And this one's also an AFA 80. All of these are brand new case styles. This one's at $132.50. And again, that one ends Saturday evening. That's just the tip of the iceberg. He's got a ton, an absolute ton of items, all at auction, all very high grade, near mint condition, AFA 80 kind of condition. Brown hair and belt, Princess Leia Taiwan. So there you go. All right, back to the Muffin Man. He's got a couple of heaters. And again, I'm not showing all of his inventory, so make sure to switch it to worldwide and then go check out his seller's other inventory. But here is a UKG 80% Lily Letty C-3PO, and I was tempted to not show this one or the next one I'm going to show you in the what to buy video because I want both of them really badly, okay? So just be aware that while I am showing them on the what to buy video, I might be bidding on a couple of these. So this is one I really want, as well as the next one. This is the Lily Letty C-3PO. I don't have the Lily Letty, and this one is in pretty fantastic condition. Every bit of a UKG 80%. Just very light wear to the chrome on this one. To me, this is a really nice looking figure. Lily Letty, solid limbs, C-3PO, straight 80s for the sub scores. Brand new case style. Right now it's at $138 US. These in Sunday afternoon, my time. But again, he's got way more than what I'm showing you. This is the Lily Letty Cloud Car Pilot, which to me, it's kind of a mini grail for me because I don't have a Lily Letty Cloud Car Pilot, and you guys know I love the Cloud Car Pilot. I've got a bunch of them, mint on card. My friend Jason sent me an AFA 85 example of the Hong Kong. So I'd love to have this one to pair with it. So I might be bidding on this one. I know that the accessories are correct just by taking a look at the photo because it's the dark gray accessories, the dark gray communicator as well as the blaster. And without any kind of further investigation necessary, I can tell you that this is the Lily Letty C-3PO. It's got the bright yellow. It's just a beautiful figure, every bit of an 80. I think it got the 80 because it's got a little bit of wear on the belt on the back. You can see a little bit of paint wear right there around the belt. But the front of the figure is in pretty immaculate condition. One little piece of wear right there. I would love to have this figure, very much so. So I might bid on it. I haven't decided yet, but I'm going to show it in the video because I can't in good conscience do what this channel does without sharing with you some of the rare stuff that's out there. And this is pretty rare to find at auction. So this is at 143 pounds, which is $180. And again, that one ends Sunday afternoon. A good friend of mine, Michael A., who's a Patreon supporter, and he also does have his own YouTube channel that's kind of just started up. Star Wars Daddy is the name of the channel. And I'll put a link to his last CAS unboxing. He had a bunch of really awesome stuff that came back. And he's listing a lot of them at auction. So I wanted to, just as a favor, show you his items. He's got over 8,500 transactions on eBay. So with a 99.9% positive feedback. So you're dealing with a pro here, and he's got some beautiful items all at auction. Again, this is the tip of the iceberg. He's got way more than what I'm showing on this video, but he's got a Taiwan CAS 85 Biker Scout, loose graded, just came back from grading with CAS. That one's at $75. All of his items in Sunday evening, but that's a really nice looking Taiwan Biker Scout. He also has a CAS 85 Plus Hong Kong Imperial TIE Fighter Pilot. Beautiful condition. That one's at $75. Only one bid so far. And then he also does have a clear blister, unpunched, no price sticker, Wicket, mint on cart. So this is a beautiful item here. 77 back A, clear blister, 75, 85, 85 are the sub scores for an overall 80 grade. And that is a beauty. That is just stunning condition. No bids on this. It's only $100 starting price, and there's been no bids. So I don't know what people are waiting for, because if it stays low, I'm going to bid on it. But I think that this will go for quite a bit of money, just given that it's a clear blister U.S. Return of the Jedi Wicket. It's very hard to find this one in clear blister, so I expect that one to go for 4 times what this is starting out at. But Right now it's at $100, and again, all of those items and more are available. So go check out his other items, and then you can check out his channel in the video description below the eBay affiliate links. There'll be a link to his last unboxing video, which was pretty impressive. Michael's got a lot more money than I do, apparently, because he's sending in pretty much his entire collection to be graded. It's incredible to see. So I'm glad that somebody has money to spend right now. I've already blown all my money on the last AFA mint on card batch that they had CIB sent out on eBay. Next up, going to Treasures from the Attic. He also, or she, has a ton of beautiful items at auction. Very rare stuff. The first one is a Spanish Puck, the early Spanish figure for Boba Fett. It's only a 70 grade, but these are extremely rare, and very, very pricey. So here's the Spanish Puck Boba Fett. I'd probably bid on this if I had more money, but I expect this one to go for, I mean, I don't know, because it's only a 70 grade, but I can tell you that loose, ungraded ones in this condition go for a lot of money on the Facebook groups. So this one's at 155 pounds, which is $195. I expect that number to be closer to $1,000, to be honest with you. So I don't know. I don't know for a fact, but I would guess 800 to 1,000 on this, even though it's only a 70 grade. It's just a very rare item. Extremely rare to get the early Spanish figure. Don't confuse this with the Tri-Logo Boba Fett. The Tri-Logo Boba Fetts are which are the PBPs. Those are very readily available. Sell at $300 or $400, $500 type thing. But the Spanish Puck is a different story. Okay, these are very, very tough to find, and I expect that one to go for big money. So again, I would appreciate it if you use the eBay affiliate links if you're going to go after it. Bid on it early and then come back to it. But that it looks a lot better in this from this angle. It's not nearly as, it doesn't look nearly as much wear as this angle does, but it does have quite a bit of wear to the visor. But this is a good, about as budget friendly as you're going to get for a Spanish Puck Boba Fett because of the low grade. So that's a really nice item. Here's the one I really want, and I haven't debated whether I'm going to bid on this or the Lily Letty Cloud Car. I can't bid on both, but I might bid on one or the other. But this is the painted helmet V5 blaster Taiwan Boba Fett. I'm very tempted on this one as well. It's kind of like a secondary grail that I'd like to pick up. It's every bit of an 85. Right now the bid's at 112 pounds, which is 141 US dollars. That one also ends Sunday afternoon my time, but that is a stunner, and I'm very tempted to bid on that. Next up, I've got another friend of the channel that has some beautiful high-grade UKG items available at auction. These all end Sunday afternoon my time. Again, I'm not showing everything. He does have many others available. Again, I'm not being paid for these items. I'm just, to sponsoring the channel. I'm just doing it because I know they're trustworthy sellers. So you're dealing with pros on these items. This one is a very tough to find, and first time I've actually ever seen this labeled as such on the UKG label, that this is a floating G Spanish PBP eyes forward hammerhead. So the floating D, or the floating D, refers to on the back of the leg. Is it the floating D? It's floating. Yeah, the floating G. So there's a floating D Spanish PBP Chewbacca. This is a floating G hammerhead, and it's just kind of like a weird mold variation. Instead of like a scar, it's just like a kind of where they rubbed out the made in Hong Kong or the just Hong Kong on the back of the leg. So very cool though, because the eyes are facing forward. Hammerhead has been out all night partying on illicit drugs. So I wanted to show this one because it's a UKG 90%. Beautiful figure, absolutely stunning. That one's at auction. And then he also does have a UKG 90% Imperial Gunner. Stunning figure as well. And both of those in Sunday afternoon. He's got way more than this. So again, for those of you in the US, for these UKG sellers, you do sometimes have to change your settings to worldwide, not just domestic. It's on the left-hand side of your eBay. After you go to sellers other items, if nothing pulls up, go to your left-hand side and click worldwide instead of just domestic. But those are two stunners, and he's got plenty more. Next up, let's go over to the mint on card and packaged items. I've got a ton. Oh my God, I've got way too much for this video. Good Lord. This is a Power of the Force Barada. in really great shape. This one's at auction ends Saturday evening. Right now the bid's at $123, probably about an 80 grade for this one, partially unpunched, light wear to it. Probably will grade a 75, 80, or 85 for the blister, 85 for the figure. Beautiful item there. Same seller also has the Lando General, a true unpunched card. This one is very high grade, probably grades an 80 plus, and no price sticker on that one. That one's at $228. Again, that one ends Saturday evening as well. And that seller does have some others available. This is a die-cast, sealed, factory sealed die-cast clear blister Imperial Cruiser, an absolute stunner. This one ends Saturday evening at 8:45 Eastern time. Probably grades an 80 pretty easily. It has some light scuffing on the left-hand side there. The back is in really great shape, just one little light scuff mark there. But I think this one grades easily an 80 grade. Clear blister, Imperial Cruiser, mint in sealed box. Beautiful, beautiful example. I would guess that's going to go for $600 plus. So maybe you get lucky and you get it for less. So beautiful item though. And again, that one ends Saturday evening. This seller, I'm not showing all of their items, but this is a seller I have not bought from, but sells very regularly on eBay. Over 43,000 transactions with 100% positive feedback. And he's got some absolute stunners. Again, I'm not showing everything. The first one is an AFA 85 41 back B Luke XWing. This is a tough to find card back, the offerless Luke XWing. Straight 85s, unpunched, no price sticker. As good as it gets. As, you know, case fresh. And wow, what a stunner. $485 is the current bid. That one ends Sunday evening. He also does have a punched example, 12 back A Stormtrooper, light discoloration to the torso. So the grade is probably not applicable anymore. The figure score of 85 is what I mean. Card 80, blister 80. The figure's really more like an 80 now and not an 85 because of the yellowing to the torso. But still, it's easily an overall 80 grade. 12 back A, early 12 back for the Stormtrooper. The current bid on that one is $620. That one also in Sunday evening. And then he also has a punched example 12 back B Princess Leia archival case as well on this one. 80, 85, 85 are the sub-scores. Again, there is some torso discoloration to the Leia, so that's probably more like an 80 grade now, but still very easily an overall 80 archival case on that again. So some absolute stunners. He's got way more than what I've got shown here. The current bid on this one's already $15.25, but it's going to go for a lot more than that. I can promise you that. It's probably going to sell for somewhere around I would guess $2,500. That's my rough guess. But an absolute stunner, clear blister as well. Next up, I've got to buy it now for a UKG 85% vinyl cape Jawa. I told you this batch was incredible, folks. There's some beautiful items in this batch. This one is listed at 2,800 pounds, but it is a make an offer option on this one. The U.S. prices, the U.S. dollar prices is $3,500. I don't think that's far off. I've seen them sell for this even on Facebook, $3,500 or 2,800 pounds. I saw one recently that was also a UKG 85% new case style like this that sold for 3,000 pounds on Facebook. This one is at 2,800 pounds on eBay, you know, so you can make an offer and you get it for even less than what they've been selling for on Facebook. I'm telling you, I just saw one sell last month for 3,000 pounds. So this is a beauty, and I expect that one to sell any minute. There are a ton of watchers 38 watchers on this. So if you're looking for a holy grail, there you go. An absolute stunner for a vinyl cape Jawa. Next up, I've got a mint and sealed box, factory sealed, early Star Wars carrying case. This is one of the early cases. Absolutely screams 1970s, and I cannot believe this one hasn't sold either. This one has 40 watchers on it, make an offer option, and it's factory sealed. It does have some wear on the back of the sticker there, but I still think this easily grades an 80 for, you know, if you wanted to grade this. And CAS does or AFA, they both do really good jobs with this. I think it grades an 80 very easily. And it's the early case, not the ESB or the Return of the Jedi case. The Return of the Jedi case is actually the harder to find ones. They didn't make those in nearly as many numbers as the ESB cases. I feel like the ESB cases are the easiest to find. The Return of the Jedi cases are the hardest to find, but the Star Wars cases are kind of somewhere in between. Very tough to find these still factory sealed, just given how old they are. These are from 1977, 1978, somewhere in that ballpark. But this one is make an offer option, and it's got 40 watchers. It's worth every penny of this price, in my opinion. But maybe you can make a lower offer, get it for $700 or so, or even less. I don't know. But that's a beauty. Next up, we've got two. I've got two different Imperial shuttles, one ungraded, one graded, both of them factory sealed. So, I mean, there's just so much amazing stuff. I actually had probably 50% more stuff that I was going to show in this video, and I had to cut it down. But this is a factory sealed Imperial shuttle in pretty much case fresh condition. One little ding on the corner there, but this is an incredible item. Easily grades an 80. This one's available for $2,500. There are 18 watchers on that one, so that is a beauty. And then here is a CAS 80 grade factory sealed Imperial shuttle, already graded for you. This one's listed for $36.50. Make an offer option available on this one, and there's 11 watchers on that. Just graded. It was literally just graded this year, or 2023, so late last year. But this is a CAS 80 grade Imperial shuttle. Wow, just unbelievable item there, and make an offer option is available there. Next up, CIB yesterday, as of the making of this video, just dropped a ton of factory sealed high-grade vehicles and play sets on eBay. So these are all affiliated with AFA. They just did it for Mint on Cards, and a bunch of them sold. They pulled that inventory, and now they're listing all of the vehicles and play sets. So they're all really high prices, but there are make an offer options. But I had to at least show a few of them. I didn't show all of them. I wanted to show the heaters. This is the Twin Pod Cloud Car pallet. There's already 16 watchers on that one. That one is listed for $2,100. Seems high to me, but I at least want to show them because they don't pop up very often on eBay graded, and especially factory sealed. Next up is the TIE Interceptor. That one's also graded AFA 80. And then the Imperial Attack Base playset is also available. That one also is graded 80. And again, check out their other inventory. There's like 10 others that have got listed between die-cast and the micro collection. I mean, just a ton of high-grade stuff. So anyway, I just wanted to show everything that's out there. There was a ton more, but I had to cut it down for you guys. If you liked the video, please leave a like. And please use those affiliate links to bid early to kind of get it on your watch list and get the notifications when the auctions are ending. And if you come back later, it'll still give the channel credit, and it does help out the channel. So thanks as always for watching, and I'll be back soon.